I'm Thomas Savage. I'm currently studying at the Bartlett School of Architecture at UCL. I created it as part of my undergraduate portfolio at Northumbria University. It was my final major project, and we were asked to respond to a brief in Blyth. I noticed that there were a large population of bird watchers and also water sports enthusiasts. The water sports enthusiasts would only come for the summer, and the bird watchers would only come in the winter to see the migratory birds, and neither had a base. So I saw this opportunity to mediate between the two parties in a single building, which is sort of how I came up with the idea of a bird hostel. On the towers, there are a series of steel platforms which are then surrounded by concrete pods. The concrete pods provide the accommodation, the sleeping accommodation, and the steel platforms provide barbecuing areas and things like this. I started doing these big panoramic renders of views from these balconies and people sort of sitting out and looking over tranquil Northumbrian seascapes. And it wasn't getting any feeling. There was no genius loci to the space. And then I went to create an axonometric of the space where all the levels could be seen at the same time. And it suddenly became very interesting because you started to see that these spaces on their own, these steel platforms, were completely useless. Like if they were one singular platform, it's just a veranda. But as they're linked together and the way that you have to walk through one to get to another, they suddenly open up this really interesting social dynamic where I imagine people sort of barbecuing on the third level, somebody having to walk through them to the sixth, and sharing sausages or tips on how to windsurf or whatever it is. The design is based on actually how birds build their nests by using pieces of found objects like twigs and things to create sort of a haphazard structure. And that's sort of what the towers on the shore are trying to recreate, and also the visitor centre on the banks is a sort of haphazard tree-like structure with nests sort of sitting in it. And that's sort of based around not only this idea of I suppose a bird vernacular, but also around Corbusian principles of monastic cell creation, where you create a central space which is communal, and then you plug into it with lots of little pods which house specific sleeping and eating functions. There was an article which was published by Gizmag magazine, an Australian magazine, which they put a spin on the project as if it was to be built in the UK, and there were a lot of comments underneath saying, I don't think the people of Blyth would be too happy about big concrete pods being in their back garden or on their beach, so maybe it would be a bit of a nightmare in planning, I don't know.